Hi, lovelies. It's my final day here in ATL. It is currently 1:54 a.m. on the 26th of October. About an hour ago, I was at this nightclub. Some fucking overpriced event that I paid $63 to get into, which I didn't even have to pay because it turned out you could just walk on in. But money aside, this whole entire trip, it's been like a, who is Ugo outside of hometown? Who is Ugo away from all of her friends? Who is Ugo solo dolo by herself? Who is Ugo truly? I had to do a couple of things alone this trip to truly be able to answer that question. And I still don't fully know the answer. But going to that nightclub or that party or that get together, whatever, thinking that maybe the problem is me. Maybe I just need to step outside of my comfort zone, make myself comfortable, do things that I wouldn't normally do, and maybe I'll be able to be an extrovert. Maybe I'll be able to do the things that everybody does that I don't normally do. So, in the span of how long I've been here, I've gone to a lounge. I've gone to Top Golf. I've gone to Stone Mountain. I've gone to an NBA game for the first time. I've gone to a very overpopulated mall. I've sat with myself and sat in the midst of my own head. I've gone to Waffle House. You know, all those things were at least half or 75% of those things are things I wouldn't normally do in Michigan. Like going to the lounge and trying hookah for the first time. It was a pretty out of body experience. It's not something I would normally do. It's not something I would do at all. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the solo aspect of it, just being able to be by myself and just observe, analyze my surroundings, and just spend some quality time with myself. Of course, it was kind of lonely. It's to be expected. A lot of the things that you start and try to do on your own are going to be lonely. Learning how to play guitar, reading more books, going to the gym for the first time, learning a new skill. They're all gonna be lonely. It's just like, which ones are you okay with being alone with, you know? I went to the mountain with Shakir. It was fun. I might go again later today. I haven't decided yet. Things like that, nature, things where I can really stay to myself, those are the things that intrigue me more, that interest me more, that make me more comfortable. The NBA game was hard. It was hard sitting in a stadium full of people surrounded with each other and only having the comfort of myself. But you know, with this change arc, with this healing journey, I'm supposed to be by myself, you know, for majority of the thing. Atlanta is a pretty crazy environment. It is amazing, especially if you're black. I will say, I would move here. I would definitely move here if I had the cheese for it, if I had the bread, which at this point in time I do not. And also I'd have to get more acclimated with who I am and more with my personality and my traits, and get more acclimated with people. The one thing that I don't necessarily regret, because if I didn't do it I wouldn't know how uncomfortable it is for me. But the one thing I just feel like was the most disappointing thing about this entire trip was probably the nightclub. They weren't any more different than a typical Detroit crazy ass party. It's just the fact that I thought it would be different just because I was in another city, but it really is not me. That whole partying and standing around dancing to a fucking loud ass DJ playing all this cultural music, dancing around, flirting with motherfuckers, doing all this crazy shit. It's not me. The lounge, the bar, like that was better because it was like chill, you know? It was like, okay, I can stay in my own lane and I can enjoy myself. But when I tell you there's like fucking 2 to 3, maybe 5,000 people there, and it started off with like a couple hundred. It gradually increased as the night went on. It was overstimulating as fuck. Large groups of people just surrounding me, not necessarily surrounding me on purpose, but just like in my personal space. It was so fucking overstimulating. And you know, as an introvert, it's gonna be naturally. It's outside of your habitat. It's not supposed to feel normal. It's everything but normal. It's far from normal. But I thought maybe it was my hometown. Maybe I just don't fuck with people there. Maybe I've had too many things go on in the past where it's like I need a fresh start. But it's literally just like back there. I don't want to say it's inevitable, but it's not even about whether or not it's inevitable or not. It's about whether or not it's me, and it's not. I definitely think I would have enjoyed it more if I had my friends, but regardless, that has never been me. That won't ever be me. And that's not to say I can't go and like on occasion go there, because it was interesting. It was like the music was cool. It was just the type of people. You feel me? I like to stay to myself. I like my circle small. I like my environment small. I like to keep it cool and peachy. I can become introverted, extroverted. I need the right people around me though. I can't have all these large groups of random ass people and all these girls shaking their ass and all these men just trying to be cool. I can't have that. It's weird. It's so weird for me. It's odd. It's like, it's not my type of people. I like my anime nerds. I like my gym rats with a hint of nerd. I like my gamers. I like my introverts. I like my people who will be extroverted in the right setting. I don't like my natural born extroverts. I don't like my natural born pick me, people pleaser motherfuckers. But let me tell you something. There's this guy that I met at one of my jobs. He's 45. He told me when he was in his 20s, he was just like your typical introvert. In the house, not having that many friends, like what, 2 people that he would talk to on the regular, if even that. And he always had the fear of missing out. The fear of going out places. Because all he did was game or whatever the fuck he did. He didn't really do shit. And he said the moment he stepped into those clubs, the moment he went out and he tried to go soul searching there, he tried to be something that he wasn't, he realized he ain't missing out on shit. And he told me, because I was like, I spoke to him, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing out because I don't like clubbing. I feel like there's something wrong with me because I don't like going to parties and shit. Am I just that weird? Do I need to force it out of my skull? And he was like, you're not missing out on shit. He said, you're not missing out on anything at all. If that's not who you are, that's not who you are. And the people that be there 24/7 every week, it's the same people. It's never anybody new. The same type of people who stick to the same cloth. The same people that you see every single time you go to the gym, it's equivalent to the same people that you will see if you go to the club every week. Birds of a feather flock together. And I'm choosing to stick to my cozy feather. I don't like the outside. And that's okay. The mountain had a lot of people. But it was nature. You know, that's always been me, nature. The nature of a party, it just don't really rock with me. If it's a party of people I know, that's a whole different scenario. But we're talking about outsiders. Chicks. Man. Drinking, shaking ass. It wasn't really my lingo. You know? And that's okay. I don't have to change it. And I needed to go to that club to realize I'm not doing that shit again. Unless it's somebody's birthday, unless it's with a group of trusted people. And even with that, it'll be like, what, once every, 6 months or something? For a special occasion? For that random ass outing? I'm slowly learning that it's okay to be bored. And it's okay to be boring. But not boring in the sense that you're actually boring. Boring in the sense that you're simple. And that your life is simple. And that it's literally okay. You don't have to have this crazy ass extravagant party lifestyle. Zoo animal lifestyle that exhausts the fuck out of you. To the point where you're in your 30s and your 40s. And you're sleeping all day because you spent your 20s living it up every fucking Friday night. Every fucking week. Every fucking chance you got. It's like you see the old people who are just now partying because they spent their 20s working hard. And I think that's what I want to do. I might not even get to the partying, ever. Unless it's with the trusted people that I know and love and care about. It's just so, it felt so pointless. I could understand the idea of it being fun, but it felt so... I wanted to go home as soon as I fucking got there, damn near. And I'm mad as fuck that I paid $63, but I'm also happy that I now know that I was right. This really isn't me, and no amount of me forcing myself into that environment is going to change me. It's going to turn me into me. Somewhere down the line, growing up and becoming who I was meant to be, I was shaped, molded into an introvert. But that's what your 20s is supposed to be. Discovering who the fuck you are. So it's literally okay to be like me. It's okay to be simple. It's okay to have a routine. It's okay to do whatever the hell you like to do, as long as it pertains and it stays true to you. It's okay to be a party animal. Surround yourself with people who align with you. And you won't ever have to feel like you're standing out or you don't belong or you're lonely. Because you know that you belong wherever you belong. But I didn't belong there. But that's besides the point. I think the real point is I wanted to come and talk to you guys about something else. This trip was an escape. It was an escape from my day-to-day life. It was a good 7 days. It was an experience of a lifetime. I'm gonna have to have a couple more solo trips, whether it's out of the state, whether it's in-state, whether it's a little getaway, an hour or two away from my house. I have to spend some time alone to truly figure out who I am. I think your adolescent years, you're just constantly plugging yourself into one friend group into one relationship, taking like a brief little break and plugging yourself back in. Some people, they don't even take a break. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. But I'm not okay. I am not. So hard trying to film in the mall because it is so fucking suffocating. Trying to do what you don't normally do. Like, you know how some singers, some songwriters, some artists, like, their music is so fucking exhilarating. It's so upbeat, so up-tempo. Then they get on stage and you're like, who the fuck is this? This is not who the fuck I heard in the music. Because their music is their outlet. That's where they got to show you who they really are. Without the masses. So now when you insert the masses, they have to suppress who they really are. Because they don't just open up to anybody. They can't just open up. This literally damn near impossible. It's not natural, you feel me? And yes, I can yap, I can show you guys the silly me, the jokes all day long. When it's just you and me. Camera wise. You put me in front of a group of kids who tell me I've watched your videos. You put me in front of a group of people who I've never fucking seen before, who want me to talk about my story. Do you honestly think I'm gonna be able to do that? We're not talking about capability wise, we're talking about comfortability wise. I've been trying to figure out why am I this Ugo on the camera, but I can't be that Ugo on the outside. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure out which one is the real me. The me that's talking to you guys or the me that's outside. But you know, I'm slowly learning. Like this year's theme is two can be true. I'm both the me on camera and the me out. They just bring out two different sides. I'm trying to figure out a way to merge both. To bring forefront the ultimate personality, the ultimate character, the ultimate alignment of who I'm actually meant to be in the end. And that's what this change arc is all about. That's what all of this is all about. I'm so sorry to anyone who's not okay. I am so sorry. We are gonna be okay. I promise you. I promise you. I want to inspire. Going to school just don't sit right with me. I am proud of every single one of my classmates who have gotten their degree this year. This was supposed to be my graduating year. You know, when we were picking our degrees in senior year, I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, usually with a lot of the things that I want, a lot of the things I plan, I can picture some kind of vision, some kind of future. Even if it's superficial, even if it's like literally not real. I could not picture a single fucking future with said degree. With any of them that I picked. And that's when I knew. I'm like, damn. I can't fucking do this. The craziest part is that every single person who doesn't understand this, the camera, they literally try to gaslight the fuck out of me every single chance they get into thinking that I'm making the wrong choice. No, I'm not. And even if I was, it's my choice to make. That is so fucked up. I'm not telling you, don't be a nurse, Betty. You ain't gonna be able to save a single life. Don't be an engineer, Johnson. I'm not telling any of you guys to do that. I'm telling you, good for you. I'm happy for you. I am so proud of the class of 2020. I just wish somebody was proud of me. But you gotta be able to find proudness in your own self. You gotta be able to do everything that you want to do for yourself. Not to prove mom right, not to prove dad right, not to prove big brother, older sister, aunt, uncle. That's the era that I'm in. That's the era that I'm stepping into. It's just simply not giving a flying fuck. Because you know what it does? It literally just ruins the fuck out of your mental health. Caring about what these motherfuckers care about instead of what I care about. This is what I want to do. I know it's gonna work. I know I'm going to inspire. It's literally already working. You know how many people who have told me that they're rooting for me and they're not even an inch close to me in my personal life? Imagine how many people are rooting for me that I don't even talk to on a monthly basis, let alone day to day, let alone weekly. And imagine people who I talk to every month that isn't. It is really heartbreaking out here to know that people just truly don't give a damn. But it's even more heartbreaking to know that and to still give a damn about what they care about. And just to care about them in general. My message to you lovelies is to do whatever it is that your heart desires. Your life can change in any second. Any instant of any second of any day of any time in any timeline of any lifetime. Endless possibilities. Just imagine, just think about the fact that cars, buildings, half of these jobs didn't exist, but somebody imagined that it could, and here we are now. So if you want to be a fucking pottery maker, if you want to be a goddamn skateboard commentator, literally there's a community for everything on this planet. There are people who knit and make six figures. What the fuck? Why do you care what your neighbor said to you last week? Why do you care about what your 6th grade teacher said? Your 6th grade teacher ain't living your life. I've had a lot of people hurt me. And I've met a lot of wiser, older people who I would tell the stories to, and they would be like, "Are you dope?" I'd be like, "Damn." They would be like, "You're too nice. You have a good heart." And I'd be like, "Yeah, okay." It didn't seem to help me, did it? A lot of those people are cold-hearted. They're sad. They're deep down like they've been hurt. And they'd always tell me the same thing. You haven't been hurt enough to become like me. You haven't been hurt enough to be cold-hearted. You haven't been hurt enough to just simply not give a damn. Maybe that's true. But I thought about it. I'm like, if I let every single person who's ever hurt me, especially the ones who have hurt me the most, change me into this cold-hearted person who just surprisingly doesn't love anymore, who surprisingly doesn't give a shit anymore, who surprisingly is closed off and emotionally unavailable, how is that benefiting me? How is that benefiting anyone? How is that benefiting any of the new people who are meant to be in my life, who are literally the exact person that I'm supposed to stay, but instead I become cold-hearted and I push them away, and I never would have known what value I could bring to them or they could bring to me, because I changed my life because of uncertain discrepancies, because I changed my life because of some fucked up ass people. If you have to become cold-hearted, if you have to literally shut your heart out and become emotionally unavailable because of things that other people have done to you, because of their own hurt, because hurt people, because misery loves company, they have power over you. I don't care if it was 10, 15, 20 fucking years. If something happened to you and you are now choosing to be cold-hearted, you are now choosing to walk on this earth with misery, you are now choosing to be something that you were never meant to be, whatever that situation is, it still has power over you. Now there's a difference between guarded and revealing the true you to the people who actually deserve it, and then there's closing your entire original being to the entire world, no matter who the person is. You decide who you want to be. You decide your future. You decide the outcomes. You react. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what you do with what happens to you. And there are a lot of people out here that don't deserve me or my heart or the things that I'm willing to do for them. And I understand that. And I'm still going to choose to love, and I'm still going to choose to be the happy, rainbow, go lucky, golden retriever, girlfriend, hopeless romantic, waiting to pop into a coffee shop or a Barnes and Nobles or some vintage bookstore and meet the love of my life. I'm still going to be that, but I'm just going to be more conservative with it. I'm just going to be more... If this was the box and it was open, now it's closed. But certain people will get the key. Now you're in. It's a party you cannot get in unless you have VIP access. And that's how we should all be moving. It shouldn't be that you turn your heart or who the fuck you are into a Pandora's box to the point where people just get cursed by coming across you. There are some genuine people out here that are literally sent your way to try and help you see that you don't have to be that way. And if you're not careful, if you're too far gone to the point where you just don't care about things, you are passing up on people who are meant to be blessings. And I don't want to miss out on blessings because of people who literally aren't shit and who don't deserve my greater good, my highest self. This video might be an hour long, and that's okay. I also don't give a damn about what the masses think. I've done enough extensive analyzation to know that there are people who are viewing these videos and learning something from them, taking something from them, loving something from them, enjoying something from them, and that is all that matters. Even if it was one person tuning in, I would still make sure I get the uploads out there for them and for myself to know that I've been able to keep up with my word and be able to accomplish it. And to know that the decision that I made not to go join my fellow 2020ers was valid. Because if I don't do what I said I was going to do since I was fucking 13, what am I even doing anymore? I literally can't see myself doing anything else than inspiring and creating content. And obviously I want to branch out of that and do other type of things. But as a starting point, I don't see any other way. And I've made the decision to not be able to see any other way. So there's no other way. My way or the literal fucking highway. Oh, and one last thing. Lovelies, choose the people who choose you. Don't try and force your way into other people's lives if they truly don't want you in it or a part of their story. Create your own fucking story. Add your own fucking characters. Make your own fucking storyline. But make it with people who literally align with the story. I've been choosing everyone but myself. And I've been choosing people who literally don't give a fuck about me. And then I wonder why I'm so dissatisfied or so miserable at random times. Choose who choose you. Choose the people who choose you. Love the people that love you. Be there. Stick by the people who stick by you. And your life will reign true. Low key, I don't ever want to admit when my mother is right, but sometimes it literally do be that damn phone. And also, I just want to go home. I never miss my mama so much. It's crazy. It feels so weird being solo and living by yourself, like in another state that literally isn't your hometown and is away from your family. Like, I don't necessarily miss them in the sense where I haven't seen them in a while, because I did need this vacation, I did need this break. But I do think about it in the sense of like, wow, I literally am an outsider here. I just want to be surrounded by my people. Sometimes your parents are right, but sometimes they're goddamn wrong. And they ain't right about my career choice, but they are right about wanting to be grown and be out here, even though I technically am, but whatever.